Greetings of the day. In today's video lecture of project finance, project appraisal and financing, we will discuss about two important topics, that is project financing as well as venture capital. The last portion, theoretical portion of your what we can say second unit. In project financing, we will discuss about definition, features, various stages of project financing, and last portion would be means of project financing. Whereas in the topic of venture capital, we will discuss about its definition, what are the characteristics of venture capital, what are the sources of venture capital, and what are the problems presently faced by venture capitalists, particularly in India. Starting with the definition or introduction of project finance, the definition of project finance says that it is raising of finance on a limited recourse basis for the purpose of developing a large capital incentive infrastructure project where borrower in a special purpose vehicle and repayment of what we can say the financing by the borrower will be depending upon the internally generated cash flows of the project is known as project financing. In short, we can say that project finance is the funding of long-term infrastructure, industrial projects and public services using a non-recourse or limited recourse financial structure. The debt and equity is used to finance the project are paid from the cash flows which are generated itself by the what we can say project. Suppose that there is a large capital incentive project which has been undertaken by particular firm, particular company by using a limited recourse finance structure. In that particular limited recourse finance structure, the repayment of that particular project would be done from the cash flows which are generated internally from that project itself, would be used for the purpose of repayment. That is what is project financing. Now we will discuss about the characteristics of project financing. The very first characteristics of project financing is it is a capital incentive financing scheme. It means that it requires large or huge amount of capital. It is capital incentive project for which huge quantity of funds or huge requirement of funds is there which is to be fulfilled by the organization. Second thing is zero or limited recourse financing solution. It means that very less amount of finance is available with the company. There is zero limited recourse financing solution for the project financing. Third thing is the loan repayment with the internally generated cash flows is the third feature of project financing. It means that whatever the project is, that particular project is being used for the repayment of the what we can say loan which is generated for that particular project, what we can say project. That particular project itself would generate its cash flows and that cash flows would be used for the particular loan repayment of that project. That is another characteristics. Then better tax treatment. The tax treatment is usually great in case of project financing because they are applicable for the corporate taxes which are available within the economy. Then it is long-term project. Usually the tenure of the project is quite long. It is not a short-term project. The period or the financing required for the project finance is usually more than 5 years. Then there are numerous project participants in that particular project. We are not only the participant in that project, there are various other participants in the project. And last one is the risk allocation. It is quite necessary to allocate the risk properly in project financing, because if we are not going to do so, it would affect the things as the project financing projects are carrying huge risk. Therefore risk allocation is necessary. Now we will go with the stages in the project financing. When we speak of stages in the project financing, the very first step is the identification of the project. What we know that there are various ideas or various projects available in the particular segment, but we have to decide or we have to identify which kind of project or which kind of segment we are going to take, so that it would result in the what we can say well-being of the company. Hence there is necessity of identifying a proper project, or identifying a what we can say proper projects. More, it should be more than one, so that we can have the second step, that is the preliminary screening. Once we have identified the line which project we are going to undertake, then we have to do the preliminary screening. In preliminary screening, what we have to do, we have to screen out the projects which are good for the company, which are good in all aspects for the company. We have to shortlist these projects which can be utilized by the company for generating the profits and its cash inflows. Third thing, or the third stage, would be recognizing and minimizing the risk. When we are screening the project and then we have shortlisted certain project, next step would be we have to find out the risk. What is the risk factor associated with that particular project? After finding out that risk, we have to minimize that risk. The question comes here, how we can minimize the risk? Once we have recognized the risk, if we can use it, or it can be used to what we can say manage the risk by taking the adequate step by the company. That is how we can manage the risk, and we can have the minimized risk project. We have already discussed that risk cannot be eliminated at any point of time. Once we have identified a project, we have make a preliminary screening, we have minimized the risk. Next comes the feasibility studies. It means that we have to prepare a detailed project report. Question comes here, what is a project report? When we are going to execute any project, what we have to do? We have to prepare a project report in which we have to mention everything about the project. What is the project? How we are thinking to execute the project? What is its SWOT analysis? It means that what are the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats associated with that particular project that we have to consider. We have to make financial forecasting of what we can say coming 5 years, so that the particular organization which is so that we could have the finance available for that particular project for the financial institutions. All these things we have to do, and for that purpose we have to do feasibility study. In this project report, complete what we can say the in and out of the project is mentioned, and this project report is quite important for the purpose of appraisal and financing option. That is the fifth stage, that is appraisal and financing. Appraisal and financing means we have to go for appraising the finance for the particular project, so that we could have available the required funds, so that we can execute or we can start the project. For the purpose of financing, we have to take the project report which we have prepared in the earlier stage to the what we can say financial institutions. There they are going to study our project report, and on the basis of that we are going to get the required amount of finance to us. Next thing would be the implementation. As soon as we are financial institutions are ready for the purpose of financing of the project, then we have to go for the implementation of the project. Once we are going to implement the project, it means that we are now ready to execute the project and we can start with our project. Last step would be the important step, that would be the performance review. Once the project is implemented and we are going to again start with the project, what we have to do, we have to what we can say get its performance review. What things we have planned in the earlier stages should be we have to check it that it is working on that parameter, or is there any deviation. If there is any deviation, then we have to correct the deviation, so that we can get the desired result. Otherwise we could face the problem in the next step. Next things would be next part would be the means of project financing. When we speak of means of project financing, it can be also termed as sources of project financing. Sources means from where we can raise the fund for the particular project. Very first thing, it can be the share capital. We can dilute our share and we can dilute our share in the company, and we can raise the fund by way of shares. Second thing can be debenture capital. Even though debentures, what we know, we all know what is debenture. We have studied in the earlier portion, earlier semesters. So debenture can be again an option by which by issuing which we can raise the funds for the project. Third thing can be term loan from financial institution or bank. Usually bank provides term loan to the businesses for long term purpose, and these term loans are utilized are to be repaid after what we can say 5 years, 10 years, and hence they can be again a means for the project financing. Then miscellaneous sources like unsecured loan, public deposits, leasing, hire purchase finance can also be used by the businesses for the purpose of raising the fund for project financing. Now we will start with the venture capital. When we speak of venture capital, the National Venture Capital Association defines venture capital as money provided by professionals who invest alongside management in young and rapidly growing companies that have the potential to develop into significant economic contributors. In simple words, we can say that venture capital is the capital that is invested in the project that have a high risk of failure, but that will be bring large profit if they are successful. Nowadays we can see that in newspapers we read an article that big shots or big companies, big CEOs are invested in very small companies or young companies. Young companies means here they are just have been started and with their what we can say idea, or they are just started their production facility. If these particular big shots are usually investing in that company, it means that they are venture capitalists. That is what they are investing is called the venture capital. We can say that it is an early stage of financing of new and young enterprises seeking to grow rapidly. They are not investing actually in the company, they are investing in the idea. That is why they are known as venture capitalists. That is what the definition says about the venture capitalist. Now we will discuss the features of venture capitalists. The very first feature is that they usually go for the venture capital is usually a long-term source or a long-term investment or long-term finance. It is not for short-term purpose or short-term investment. The definition has itself given the second feature that high risk. Usually the risk associated in venture capital is quite high, as the company is new, idea is new, they are in very early stage of their what we can say existence. So if the company fails, definitely there would be huge losses to the venture capitalist. But if there is any kind of there is a possibility of success, we can say that they would even though earn huge profit. That is what is the second feature, that is high risk. Second thing is equity participation and capital gain. Usually the venture capitalists go by having the equity participation in the company. They never go for financing as a debt capital, and they are not even though interested in having the ownership of the company. They are not interested. They have a clear goal or motto that we would invest in the equity, we would get capital gain, we would earn our profit, and after a point of time we would exit the company. When the company has been flourished and they have earned their handsome amount of profit. That is the third feature. Fourth one is the high tech. Usually we can see in and around, if we are going to read, that these venture capitalists invest in the high tech companies, that is high technology companies, high innovative companies. That is what is the new feature of it. Next feature is the participation in the management. The next feature says that as they are having the ownership of the company or equity ownership of the company, they usually invest in the they usually go for participation in the management, so that they could enjoy they could have the right to speak if their what we can say if their interests are being hurted at any point of time. They speak only in that matter, otherwise they don't have any kind of interest in the ownership of the company. They just want their share of profit. Last part in the venture capital feature is the lack of liquidity. Lack of liquidity means usually as a company is new, they don't have a very good amount of cash inflows. They suffer the liquidity issue every point of time, as they are not generating what we can say adequate, or at certain point of time they are not generating any kind of what we can say revenue, hence they suffer the problem of liquidity. That is what is the last feature of what we can say venture capital. Now we will discuss about what we can say what are the types or sources of what are the what we can say types of venture capital financing or sources of venture capital financing. The very first financing part has been told to you in the point of feature, that equity financing. Equity financing means they are going to purchase the shares of your company and they would become the equity shareholder of the company, so that they can participate in the meeting and they can save their own interest. But we have to keep one thing in mind, that they are not interested in the lifelong ownership of your company. They would just have the ownership of what we can say 2 years, 4 years, whatever the time frame when they are going to earn their return, they would definitely exit from the particular segment. Second type of venture capital financing is the conditional loan. Particularly in India, interest is not paid in the conditional loan taken for the venture capital purpose. It means that whenever we speak of loan, the interest segment is already attached to it. But in venture capitalist case, there is a conditional loan facility in which we don't have to pay the interest on it. It is repayable in form of royalty after venture is able to generate the sales. Venture capitalists charge royalty between 2 to 15%. Actual rate of royalty depends upon the various factors of the venture, such as its gestation period from its gestation period, then cash flow pattern, risk factors and other factors of the enterprise. So in terms of payment of interest, rather than it is been termed as royalty, and which is to be paid only at when the venture capitalist has been running successfully and they are able to generate the sales at proper level. Then income note is another form by which a venture capitalist can raise the funds. The income note is an hybrid security which has the features of conventional loan as well as conditional loan are brought together. It means that the venture capitalist undertaking, the venture capital undertaking may be required to pay the interest as well as royalty on the basis of production turnover, but they do not promise higher return to venture capital financer. Could be profitable, expensive for profitable ventures and difficult to administer. So in it, what we can say, we have both features of interest as well as what we can say royalty, which we have discussed in the first segment of types of venture capital finance, venture capital financing. So it has feature of both. We can pay interest or royalty, but it depends upon the various other factors. Next thing is the partially convertible debentures. Partially convertible debentures, we all know what are partially convertible debentures. They are the debentures which can be partially converted into equity share on the request of the debenture holder after a particular point of time. So these can be another source of finance. Initially it would be debt finance, later on can be converted into equity finance. Last thing can be the participating debentures. Participating debentures are those debentures which can participate with the equity in the company. So that is what is the next thing. We would discuss in the last part of this lecture, that is the problem faced by venture capitalist industry, venture capital industry in India. Very first thing is usually the payback period in which the venture capitalist can earn the return is usually long. Why it is long? Because the basic reason is that the thing has to be started from very early. It means that we are investing in the new enterprises. It requires a handsome amount of time so that we could generate the return from the venture capital projects. Second thing is the lack of infrastructure for production. Usually there is an absence of infrastructure for production, which is again a drawback for the venture capital industry. Next thing is they don't have experienced management, as we can say that the big shots who came as a venture capitalist are usually avoiding to be in the part of the management because they already have their own work to do, hence they are not able to give proper guidance to them at every point of time. Hence there is an absence of experience management, as the what we can say, promoters are new, they don't have good experience, which is an lacking point for them. Then we usually see that the concept of venture capitalist industry has been a global competition is arising there. Everywhere we are seeing there is a promotion to startup and stand up kind of things, which usually is an what we can say, a limitation to the venture capital industry. Then there is a high risk associated with the industry, hence it is very difficult to raise the finance for venture capitalists, for venture capital industry. Then lack of liquidity, we have discussed in the future that usually the venture capital industry face the problem of liquidity, as the projects are new or as the company is new, they are not able to generate any kind of sales revenue, hence they don't have the liquidity, and which is a very big problem, as they are unable to what we can say borne their own expenses. Then lack of financial consideration, as the industry is new, they are doing just research work, or they are just making, they are on the trial phase, hence financial considerations or financial conditions are not good. In fact, in some industry we can see that in some examples they are very adverse. And the last problem is the requirement of above average rate of return on the investment, so that they can cover the losses or expenses which have been done in the earlier phase of that particular company. Even though the venture capitalist usually required more than average rate of return, that is why they are facing problems, particularly everywhere, but we are speaking in India also. This was for the project financing as well as venture capital. In the next lecture, we will see some new part. Until then, stay tuned. Thank you.